What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be dealing with idiots in traffic. Let's get some advice going here. So we have a motorcyclist going in front of everybody, or in front of us, deciding to lane filter between a fence and some other vehicles. All right, so let's take a look at this. So we're moving over into a lane that is open. We have a bunch of traffic up here. I'm going to be in orange stage because I don't know why there's a bunch of traffic here. I don't see any brake lights, but still, I go from yellow to orange pretty easily, but then I can also go from orange to yellow pretty easily. If you don't know what we're talking about, here it is. I talk about it in all my videos, so make sure you guys pay attention to that. So what happens typically here is that there's going to be a big stack of vehicles. There you go. Thank you for taking that off. Big stack of vehicles. We're moving over an open lane. Pretty common, pretty simple. We have a motorcyclist doing the same exact thing. We typically see car drivers not paying attention to their, their head checks, their mirrors and everything. But we got a motorcyclist doing it. So it's not car drivers. It is motorcycle riders. It is car drivers. It is semi-truck drivers. It is people that are doing these things. Untrained people. So for us here at the MTC Rider Academy, we are following the Smart Rider principles. We are seeking and recognizing hazardous situations. We are consistently planning our ride using the plan method. We're going to be talking about that today. But we're going to come up to here. This person decided to cut across and accelerated to get into this spot. That's going to put him in a bad spot when it comes to having to slow down, progressively brake, find an escape path, do his own plan method. Because now we have a vehicle coming around here. Did you notice that red? It looks like a red vehicle. It's probably brake lights, but did you notice it when we're coming up to here? No, you don't see it there because we have a line of sight problem, and it's even worse for the motorcycle rider that is cutting everybody off. And now we're like, oh crap, brake lights are popping in. We don't have good total stopping distance. This isn't what we want to do. And then we're going to come up to here. We're going to apply the brakes ourselves. Now we have a terrible line of sight, but we have to find that escape path also. But this guy's going way faster than us. And he's not slowing down quick enough. It's a red vehicle, good. I'm not an idiot. So we're going to try to find that escape path, just like this person, but we have better braking capabilities because maybe we're going a little bit slower. This person decided to hit their foot against the wall, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to have issues colliding with things, probably hit his leg on one of these beams, your knee. Hopefully you have full gear. We have links in the description for some Revzilla gear. But yeah, part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment. You have knee armor, hopefully, in your pantalones. Here we go. We're going to crash. Not going to be able to deliver the Uber Eats. And we're going to hopefully be okay. But now we're going to have to deal with, insurance and everything, hopefully. But yeah, as a smart rider, make sure that we're not doing that. Make sure that we are actively paying attention and not speeding super fast. Please do not do this. Please. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. He needs a quad lock, by the way. This is a RAM. This is a RAM mount. Phone's gone. Doesn't have a quad lock. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, passing on the double yellow. Brake lights, brake lights, brake lights, brake lights, brake lights. Orange stage, passing. Not really paying attention. Oh! There's a cow in the way. Okay, so we're going around. We're playing around. We're going to pass on a double yellow. I'm definitely in orange stage if I'm going to be doing that. I'm not passing on a double yellow because I'm going to make sure I'm putting myself in a good position for safety. This right here, if he stayed right here, is a good position for safety. And why is that? Because we have a great line of sight. We have a great space cushion to the vehicle. But if we really want to think about it, we have a space cushion way up here. Yeah, we do. So we have all this room to do something plus the line of sight. And this is also an escape path. So what we're looking for when it comes to position for safety is space cushion, line of sight, and at least one escape path. We have two here. So we're doing pretty good. So I like this spot when I'm riding normally. Now, passing, no, I wouldn't do that. So we have brake lights coming up ahead, okay? One of the things that I like to showcase here is that we have a small little dot. Okay, small little dot. We're pretty far away. So small little dot. Here's my finger. Small little dot. It's not covering my whole face. Okay, we're getting closer to the dot. We're getting closer to the vehicle. Getting closer to the vehicle. You notice how my finger got bigger and you can't see around that vehicle? So if you're super close to another vehicle, you're going to have difficulty seeing around that vehicle, obviously. But you're going to have difficulty seeing any hazards also. So the further we get away from that vehicle, the easier it is to see around that vehicle and to see if there's any hazards away from it or around it. So right here, though, we're pretty far away. Now we're going to get closer. We're going to get closer. Can't see around it. At this point, we can't see around. We could barely see another brake light up ahead. But you see how we got closer. So if you're recognizing, without even looking at your speedometer and seeing that you're speeding, if you're getting closer, if things are getting bigger, objects are getting bigger, they're closer than they really are. All right? So we're going to go ahead and pass. Kind of a little jostle, not very smooth on the inputs for the handlebars. Okay, so why is this other vehicle stopping too? So that's that uncommon thing. Why are vehicles stopping when there's traffic, when we're in the middle of the road? There's either going to be a road surface hazard or even a collision. So that should have put us in orange stage. It should be like, maybe I shouldn't be passing at this moment. And then we see the cow kind of popping out. Okay, that's why everybody was stopping. So everyone was doing what they're supposed to be doing. We put ourselves in a position to where we are going to put ourselves at risk, major risk, because we're deciding to pass everybody, not slow down, not take it cautiously. And we are slamming the brakes all over the place, and last second had to swerve. Very lucky that we didn't lose traction and dump the bike. So what we need to be doing in this situation is not be passing on a double yellow for one, and if we're going to be doing anything, we always have to have at least an escape path. We have to know something that's going on. We have to be almost paranoid and zoned into some of these things, but definitely like constantly looking for something. Because if we don't, we're coming up to here, that vehicle is getting bigger. Why are they stopping? I don't get it. They're stopping in the middle of the road that should be flowing. Why are they doing? Oh, that's why. Okay, you don't need to know exactly the reason, but you need to know what people are doing. So if they're stopping in the middle of the road, there's a good reason for it. And if there isn't, well, nothing's going to happen. But if there is, it's probably a cow. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Quadlock, for having a plethora of phone cases to hook up to their handlebar mount. So if you're out riding, make sure you have one so you can actually see the GPS and get yourself the vibration dampener so you don't ruin your phone camera. Let's go ahead and check them out. Links in the description for 10% off. Now let's go ahead and get back to the videos. All right, here we go. Let's move on to this one. I don't want to get in the way, so it looks like we're in the mountains. Got a little bit of sun from the left. Let's see what happens. Big open lane to the right. Okay, not anymore. That car is going slow. Our lane was moving open. So we had an open lane situation. That person was not paying attention to their mirrors and their blind spot. So what I was saying here is that we have an open lane right here. I can't tell what's around this vehicle right here because our line of sight is obscured. So if you have a poor line of sight, obviously don't just rush into it because there could be something there. But yeah, we have an open lane. So some people can switch over because this is this nice stack of cars. That's a pattern. But right now we're doing fine. We're doing fine. So we get up to here. Oh, there's somebody here slowing. It's slower than our lane. And I see a tire over here. Now, we should be seeing that anyways in our mirrors. We have good 360 situational awareness. Once something gets past our peripheral vision, just go ahead and do a quick look and see. So what I like to do is have my focal vision. Okay, so if you're looking at this, look at my finger. Now, don't look at anything else. Just stare at my finger. Everything else is kind of blurry. But then the moment this hand goes up, you kind of looked at it probably, okay? A little bit of movement, a little bit of movement. Okay, a little bit of movement. That's going to grab your attention, and that's what I like to use my peripheral vision for. If there's any movement or light, I'm going to let it grab my attention real quick and do a quick look. So the moment I see somebody, especially when I see the pattern up ahead, okay, I see that lane is moving slower than ours, and all of a sudden, 1 + 1, looking over to the right when there's a vehicle popping in, that's 2. 1 + 1 is 2, and they're like, oh, now we're starting to really see the pattern. All these different factors are coming up. Hopefully this person decides not to switch into my lane. That's what I'm hoping for. But just in case they do, I'm already prepped and ready because it's got my gut kind of like, moving up to here. And we start to get switched over, okay? So what we can do here, we have multiple options. And I'm going to tell you the one that I would pick. Multiple options. We can't swerve left, okay? We can't do that. That's going to run us into the wall. If we needed to, we could do this. Not something we want to do. We just saw that happen earlier in this video. We could do this and accelerate, but we're getting closer and closer to this person running into us. So that's going to be kind of a weird option, but it still is. Or with our right hand, we're going to apply some progressive brake pressure. Okay, we really want to get ourselves out of this situation. So apply some progressive brake pressure. And what that's going to do is obviously slow your speed from 84, let's say, to 64. And we're going to slowly get ourselves out of this position. Because the other person's going 84, we're going 64. It's going to kind of just do that. Okay, I'm hoping, and we can apply more and more, and they're going to keep traveling and continue making it in front of us. That's what I would be doing. I don't want to accelerate out of this situation. I want to decelerate out of this situation. We haven't done anything yet, and now we rolled off the throttle. You see that? We haven't done anything yet. Let's take a look at this. Look at his right hand. I want you to look at the right hand. Doesn't reach for the brakes. There we go. Now we finally do. Look how close we are. We already saw that they were crossing that line. If their tires are crossing over that white slotted line, dotted line, whatever it is, that they're in my lane. This is my whole lane. I'm not letting them take up this much space and then hopefully they figure it out, because they're not gonna, because they're already probably gonna hit the other vehicle that's on the other side. If they switch back into their lane, they're gonna take your lane. They're hoping you're gonna apply the brakes and get yourself out of there. So let's just go ahead and do it anyways. Rolling off the throttle is going to be considered engine braking. It's going to slow down the RPMs of the motorcycle, which is going to slow down the RPMs of the rear tire, and it's going to cause you to actually slow down itself, but it's not going to be as powerful as applying the brakes, because we're going 88 now instead of 84. So as soon as I see that tire, so you see right there the tire, look at the right, the tire crosses over. Oh no, I'm in their blind spot. I'm not looking forward anymore. This looks like a chest rig, so maybe he is looking to the right. I don't know. I'm going to look over like, oh no, apply the brakes, get myself out of there, let that person in, and now my space cushion is kind of screwed because they took my space cushion, which is this is a decent space cushion. I'm going to go ahead and roll off the throttle even more so then I can get a better space cushion with the new guy. Not a big deal. A little bit too late on this, but it worked. That's the thing. It worked. It's a little too late, a little too close for comfort for me. All right, here we go. It looks like we're in Florida. Maybe. I don't know. Ooh, somebody's submerging in front of us. We found an escape. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. They can push you into the wall. They can push you into the wall. I wouldn't have stayed there. All right. So we're coming up here. Same exact pattern. We have an open lane. Let's not fight for the lane. And let's make sure we use progressive brake pressure to remove ourselves from this terrible position. So we have the side of the vehicle also. If you notice that, side of the vehicle, big open lane, or I'm sorry, big stacked vehicles, and we have an open lane here. People are going to want to come over. This is not a good spot. We're in a good spot right now. We're in a great position for safety because we're kind of staggered. So if this person decides to switch over, we have all this room not to get hit. So we're doing pretty good. Okay. Now we're not, but this is typical. We're just passing people. Hopefully nobody does anything. No, nobody does anything. Oh, look at the moment he perceived the dum-dum coming over. Look at that, reaching for the front brake. So good. Did great there. Did amazing there. We're going to start applying some progressive brake pressure. And we're doing it. We're doing it. And now we're having to pull in the clutch. We're having to use the horn because we can't downshift in time. So we don't want to stall the vehicle and get all choppy. So he's doing exactly what he's trying, or what you should be doing. Applying the brakes to buy you some time, moving off into an escape path, which is over to the right. Doing really well here. At this point, let's not release that brake. Let's go ahead and keep applying the brakes, downshifting a little bit so we can get behind the vehicle. I don't want to accelerate. I don't like accelerating out of positions because what that's doing is putting me in a position where I have more speed than I really wanted to in the first place, and now I got to make decisions at a speed I didn't want. I'd rather make decisions at slow speed stuff, which is why I love practicing in a parking lot using the Smart Rider drills, which, guys, by the way, it's a new low price. Grab the booklet, 20 plus drills, become an expert. Everything has a video example. So scan the QR code. Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel also has it. If you don't want to buy the book, subscribe there too. See, it was up there. And then also Cardo. Anyways, I'm going to apply the brakes so I can make some adjustments at a slower speed. So at this point, decelerate. Decelerate even slower. I don't care. Let this person in. Let them be an idiot. Get in behind them. And then call it a day. Okay, this is not a situation where you want to be fighting for a lane, because if they push you, let's say he pushes you and your tire hits this and you start tumbling, boom, into a telephone pole. And they didn't even touch you. They just kind of nudged you away, like two negative magnets pushing each other, or two positive magnets pushing each other, whatever. No, I don't want to be a part of it. They didn't touch you. They don't have to deal with insurance. They don't have to deal with nothing. They take off. They didn't collide with you. It's just a single vehicle accident. You lost control. You see what I mean? It's a terrible day for you, not so bad for them. So with that said, everybody, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Make sure you subscribe to Motorcycle Training Concepts. Watch the next video that's going to be popping up here somewhere. Check out the links in the description, and I'll be seeing you around.